My camera went out, y'all. But hey, again, I've experienced this visually and actually from a previous employee where she got EBT, benefits, and she would try to sell me EBT stamps, food stamps. And I'm like, girl, I'm paying you. I don't need your money or anything like that. But it just seemed weird to me because it's like, so do you need the food? If not, you don't need the food, but you're willing to take raw cash for the EBT card? EBT benefits? Like, how does that make sense? It's like, which one do you want? It's like you want the world of free. And that's what happens when everything is given to you. You're going to start thinking about, how can I get over on this system? How can I maximize this system? Because they would never know, right? I'll even go to the store with you. I'll even go to the store. That's what she offered. You could go shop. I'll go and next thing you know, I'll just appear at the register and I'll pay for it with my card just so it's undetectable. That's crazy. But at the same time, that's what they're doing. That's what everybody, and that's why it's an even bigger thing is because a lot of these people have formed businesses. Trust me, everybody that's in this situation doesn't mean even though they're broke financially, it doesn't mean they're broke-minded, okay? They know how to get over on you. If they could get something for free, trust me, don't you think they can take that same thing that they're getting for free and flip it? That's their product. They know it the best. They've been living it. No one else knows this system better than them. And guess what happens? You end up putting yourself in an even deeper hole because now, not only was it supposed to be temporary, now is you actually going through the motions and living off of it. Now, that third step is hard to get away from because now you're starting to create an income on the side that the government or, anybody that ain't in your perimeter, in your circle, all of a sudden you start creating bills because you don't have proper money management, but you're smart enough to earn more, right? Undetectable. And the list goes on a continuous basis. You are constantly trying to get over on the system. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not for the whole SNAP EBT thing. I'm with it when it's a temporary situation. You lose your job or you go out of business, you need an emergency. Okay, let's put you up here for the next 3 months so you can get back on your feet, right? So you can analyze things, maybe get a job, maybe sell another product, maybe do something that you can do for yourself versus you spend your whole life on EBT and SNAP benefits. How is that beneficial? I don't care if you're single. I don't care if you're a single mother. Get a man, okay? Learn how to keep a man. And the same thing for the fellas. Learn how to keep a woman so it doesn't affect your community as much. But the more and more and more you continuously live on this playing field, all of a sudden the SNAP and EBT life becomes everlasting. Next thing you know, your kids are now experiencing this all through their life. They're not learning how to work. They're not learning how to do anything. They're learning how to benefit. They're learning how to cheat the system. They're also learning how to rely on a system. They're not teaching any independence at all. But guess what? You want to know why certain communities are on the back burner, right? They're low in income, Black community, low in income, the most unmarried, right? The least amount of real estate ownership is in the Black community. And guess what they're going to say? Oh, we're not the community that depends on it at all. Because guess what? They're only benefiting only 3 people, white, Black, and Latino. So what about the Asians? Are they immune to the system? I was having a conversation. I was like, throughout everything, whether you're up and down in the market, the Asians always seem like they can survive. They always seem like they can survive through it all, no matter how up or down. And it goes back to that concept of when the economy is bad, it means your economy is bad. Remember, the federal government has a president. But the private sector also has a president, and that president is you. You become the CEO, the delegator, the facilitator that can get these things done, right? You can immediately become a president of your own company. So you're like, okay, well, what's the purpose of the federal government? The federal government is an extension of the private sector. That's the reason why so-called lobbying works, is because, hey man, me and my buddies, we got an idea. I think we can change the food industry. What we're gonna do is, we want to know, do you have the connections? Do you have the ability, the social value that you can garner enough support, garner enough votes to pass this initiative through? That's how it's done. The government just doesn't come up with rules. The rules and the regulations, just like crypto, everything is birthed in the private sector. All innovation is in the private sector. So for crypto, guess what? They were unregulated for years, until guess what? They got the rails right. They got the mindset right. They got the user interface right. Where now, guess what? All of a sudden in these regulations, because now we're ready for the big money. Now we're ready for the big dogs. Okay? We're ready for those that got billions of dollars and trillions of dollars, because those people only invest into regulated things for their customers. Doesn't mean they can't get early for themselves, but for their customers, to ensure that you need, security of your money. I have to be able to put it into a regulated market. I have to be able to put it into a regulated environment where it's controlled and it is penalties, but it's also freedom. This is why capitalism will always exist. Okay? It's because of contracts. Okay? The court system has to honor my contract, my signature. Right? So guess what? When these people think that this socialist, mindset is going to like flip the country upside down, and oh my God, it's New York City, not New York City, not New York City, not this financial capital of the world about to be socialist. It's just a mayor, folks. It's just a mayor. It's noise. It's noise, right? Because guess what? If you're thinking about the economy, and if you know things are about to go down, there are more people that are on EBT and SNAP than people that are not. So don't you think they would need a representative to kind of keep them motivated and to think that they're there for them? Because private sector is no sympathy. It's no emotion in the markets. It's no help me. No, you build relationships, and luckily, if you build the right relationships and you get the right cash flow in your business, you don't have to depend. You don't have to worry about going out of business. You don't have to worry about not getting into the rooms because you've built relationships. But when you've built dependency, it's an entirely different thing. So that's why they say, oh, the billionaires, they suck. They're not good. They're trying to kill us. They're trying to destroy us. They're trying to take everything from us. No, the world is ran by the private sector. It's ran by private institutions. These innovations are brought to market to be regulated. Understand that. So when you're talking about EBT and SNAP, think about that. That comes off the effort of our back as a collective. Before it even gets to you. You're working for us. You're paying that tax. Okay, you feel like you have a voice. Who has the ultimate voice? The one who with their hand out, or the one that's giving the money to the institution, aka the government, to give you a handout, right? You got to decide, what side of the system do you want to be on? You have a whole beautiful American dream, free market to do whatever that you would like. But you also have the other side where you have your handout, you're on government assistance, Section 8, EBT, SNAP, where income is limited, and also too, your dependency is increased to a point where you can't even function without depending. So when people hear about Amazon saying that they're going to cut $600,000 employees, what do you think is going to happen? You're scared because you're depending. The game now is reduced labor because we got AI agents. I can now take that same startup money, and you think I'm going to pay somebody $60,000 to what? Do what? To get nothing done? at the rates, not that you can't get anything done, but at the rate that an AI agent or AI bot can replace it. And it's so much information into these large language models that there's no way that you can come up with any scenario in any type of business that this AI agent cannot do. You can have your AI receptionist. You can have your AI person who can make sales for you. You can have the AI create you a website. You can have the AI to manage. You can have the AI to write your own code. Why do I need you as an employee? The only thing I would need you to do is to have some minor experience into maybe knowing about how to set up a workflow for my AI agent. Are you able to engineer or build the AI agent? Because those are the new employees. So this is why capitalism you're about to see capitalism transform as well. You're not just going to see money transform in crypto and things like that. You're about to see capitalism transform into, this is how they're going to get the great divide. Because when you stop depending on us, right? And they're tired of hearing, oh, I want more money. I want more money. Oh, DEI. Oh, all of this stuff that is affecting business and could so-called cancel you. Okay, well, let's eliminate it. I'm tired of hearing the voice. Let's get this AI agent. How much is it going to cost? I would much rather pay somebody $60,000 that can build me 10 AI agents to handle all of my tasks, contract them out, never need them again except for management, versus sitting here having 10 employees that think that they have the whole game figured out where they can lobby with each other and influence a decision because they need us in a sense as employees, right? But an employer and a capitalist has to capitalize and is trained to capitalize on a new opportunity. Those who can fish, you'll never be able to take it away from them. Those can hunt, they can always provide for their family. Those that will build AI agents will always be able to be ahead in business, and they will keep their costs drastically low versus keeping your costs high where guess what? 5 employees, a common salary is $60,000, let alone $100,000. You're telling me right now with six employees or 5 employees at $60,000, you're talking about $300,000. You're talking about $300,000. But guess what? I can pay a one $60,000 payment, and that's all I come out of pocket. Over $200,000+ in savings annually, monthly, weekly, daily. So you want to know what a game is? They're getting you off the system. It's time to go. And it's time to learn something new. Or go back and get you a trade. Go back and get you a trade, something that AI hasn't figured out, or they will probably never figure out, something that can cut your grass. But in the future, don't be surprised, okay? We're talking about in near the short term. Right now, they're getting everybody weaned off the system. What happens when you're a child? You're going to cry, right? You're going to feel something that, my parents or whatever, it's just not right. It's just not right. And what do they tell you when you become an adult? Welcome to the real world, baby. There's no emotion here. There's no emotion. There's no care. You better get closer to your family. You better start moving back in. You better figure out a strategy with the people that are close enough around you and to you to be able to survive into this market that's coming up. Because the AI bubble, yes, AI, will they take my job? Absolutely. But guess what? You can also create jobs for these AI agents. Okay? If you want to get something done, if you need a product to sell, a service to sell, something built, you now are the deciding factor in the system that is going to either be a producer or you're going to get consumed by the system that they've already created and have been beta testing. And now you are starting to see the very beginning of that great divide getting larger than it will ever get. So I implore you to, hey, whoever feels sad about the EBT, you got family and friends, the best thing you can do is motivate them enough to get off of the system. Come on. Let's come into free enterprise, baby. Let's come into the market. Let's come into the market. Let's put those talents, those complaints to the test. Let's see if you can do it better. And then you're going to meet people that are business owners like myself and my peers around me that own assets, cash flow, and we're not letting that go. We're taking technology and we're going to add it to our bottom line. We're going to reduce the overhead drastically by taking tools that the rich are using, that we're all using to preserve our family, to have more time at home, to have more time with the kids, to have more time to have fun, go on vacation, so on and so forth. So I implore you to get off the system, motivate those that are on the system to come on. Let's get off. It's time to get into the free market. It's time to produce, baby. Like they said, the Great Depression produced more millionaires than any other time period, even 2008. Guess what? We back, baby. And it's time to get off that system. It's time to birth some more entrepreneurs so we can keep this game rolling. Because guess what? AI can't work for itself yet. But you need to be a part of the equation. You need to be the centerpiece of that equation if you plan on going forward. So that wraps up the video today. That's my opinion on these SNAP benefits and EBT. If people are on it, tell them to come on. Let's get off of it. Reach out to me. Reach out to somebody that you can go to and vent. And after you finish venting, let's get in the market. Let's get you a product. Let's get you a service. Let's see what skill set you got. And let's go present it to some customers. Y'all take care.